Howdy gang. Day 2 of driving south, and holy fuck. So I'm on the New Jersey Turnpike south on the truck lane because that, you know, that's really my only choice in an RV. You only have that. Holy fuck. So I'm cruising, you know, I'm in the right lane. I ain't in no rush. Got a truck in front of me, you know, I'm in a line, whatever. Listening to my music, you know, whatever. All of a sudden, truck in front of me. And like I said, you know, I said yesterday, you need like 20 to 30 yards. And like I had at least probably about 20 yards right around there behind this truck. Maybe a little less, but this guy, you know, he tapped his brake, so I tapped my brake. And then all of a sudden I see smoke coming out of this fucking thing. So he slammed on his fucking brake and his tires all locked up, and he starts going over to the side, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't have time. Did not have time to slow down like that. Plus, shit would have flown out everywhere. Actually, my grease jar, I don't know if you can see it, but my grease jar fell and broke. That's gonna be a shitty mess, but oh well, I just hope, as long as it missed the inverter, it doesn't matter. I can clean it up. Spills can be cleaned, glass can be cleaned. But, so I'm like, oh fuck. I look in my mirror, my side mirror, there's nobody in the next 2 lanes. I'm literally like, it's just me in this line. So I'm like, okay, fuck. So I scoot over as quickly as I can, like without sharp swerving. Fortunately, I had enough distance that I was able to cut it out. But, and then, so I get in, and then, you know, I get into the middle lane and I see traffic ahead is all slowed down and stopped, so I get into the left lane and there's like nobody there. So I'm like, okay, cool. But because of the whole event, I'm not even accelerating. I'm still decelerating because I want to be safe and don't want to, somebody might swerve out in front of you, never know. So I'm trying to decelerate. Unbeknownst to me, I wasn't the only fucking person in the line. I don't know. I think this guy was behind me. He might have been a bit further back in one of the other lanes, but like all of a sudden, so I'm in the left lane, guys, the left lane. And all of a sudden I see this fucking orange thing. I look and there's a fucking tractor trailer in the shoulder because he couldn't slow down fast enough either, and he couldn't get around me, so he fucking, woo! And I didn't hear a horn or anything. Like, I don't think he honked his horn because my music wasn't that loud. You know what I mean? Like, I like to keep my music at a level where it's bumping, but you know what I mean? You have to be aware of what's going on around you too, and sound comes in, like I can hear this fucking truck just driving by, so if he honked his horn, I would definitely hear that. I did not hear a horn, so he did not honk his horn. So I'm just fucking like, whoa, okay, so I start accelerating again because duh. And he had finally managed to get slow enough so that he basically almost stopped. Holy shit, gang. And I had taken my eyes off the front in front of me for a split second. I was just like, all right, you know, doing the little, like to check what's behind me, you know, keep an eye on the cat and whatever falls. So, you know, things will eventually, once in a while, a small thing will fall that it's not too crucial, but I like to try and see, make sure everything's fine. So I was like, holy shit, you know, and it's just like, fucking A, man. So fortunately, I am not in any bit of a rush, but things like that happen. What can you do about it, you know? You thank your lucky stars. I don't know if someone's looking out for me or what, but that was fucking lucky because that tractor trailer locked up and lost control. And so I don't even know if he got into an accident. He very well could have run into the person in front of him. I have no idea. I have no idea. I was not able to pay attention to what was going on with him after I fucking had to figure out what I was doing. So it was a huge, long backup from an exit, I guess. New Jersey Turnpike happens anytime. But the traffic is relatively light. I mean, you know, you get clumps of trucks and stuff, but it's not, you know, we're not shoulder to shoulder, we're not packed. So it's you know, you don't necessarily expect this. This line was like at least a half a mile long, waiting backed up in the exit, and you could see that there was a bridge that, you know, from the road that it connected, the exit connects to, and that was backed up. So it was just like, holy fuck. I don't know what's going on, but there's a couple of places in. I dropped off the reel-to-reel player for the eBay buyer because I looked at the address and it was in Delaware. I was like, oh sweet, I'm going right by. It was like 10 minutes off 95. So I messaged him. I was like, hey, I'm driving south. I'd like to drop this off instead of mailing it to you. And he said, oh, okay, well, if you're gonna do that, then bring it to my warehouse in New Jersey. I don't know if he is a manager or he owns it or what, or he's just an employee, I don't know. But, so I dropped it off in New Jersey, and there was a couple of blocks that were like closed off by cops, and it didn't seem like there was anything specifically wrong. So, I don't know. Weird shit's going on, y'all, but I'm just fucking thankful that there was nobody in the next two lanes, and I was able to... That was luck, guys. That was just crazy luck. Alright, you're going a little slow for me here. Look at this guy. I'm doing 55 right now. I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's fucking brutal, gang. The faster you go, the easier it is for it to push you. I'm doing 60 now. These guys must be doing 50 or 45 even. These guys are going slow. I'm still counting my lucky stars, gang. That's why it's so fucking important to pay attention. Oh my God, people. You know, like, driving, I can see a lot of what people are doing. I'm higher up. And fuck, man, people are on their phones all the time. It's just fucking crazy. Like, you know, if I have to look at my phone while I'm driving, and I do, 'cause I'm a human being and we're fucking awful. If I have to do that, I don't look at it for longer than a 2 or 3 second count. It's just a habitual thing since I was young, since I learned how to drive. My driving instructor was like, if you take your eyes off the road for more than 3 seconds, it's a completely different situation. Or it could be. So don't fucking do that. So, you know, 3 is the max. It's like, all right, 1, 2, okay, look again. 1, 2, okay, look again. And I don't recommend looking at your phone if you don't have to, and I certainly don't, but you know, you have to check your map, stuff like that. So, geez, this wind, gang. You know, of all the climate change things that has been going on in the world, in my life, the one thing that I have noticed is an increase in the wind. Significant. So, and wind is created by pressure systems, low pressure and high pressure, and they hit together and it's at least I believe. But fucking throughout my life, the wind has been one of my big nemesis. You know, when you ride a bike, it sucks when you're driving into the wind, and sometimes it feels like you're always driving into the wind. That's just because, you know, you're going fast, or sometimes the wind's just switching directions. All right, gang. So I stopped to pick up some gas, and I figured I'd clean up my little mess here. But fortunately, look at that. The grease didn't even like melt or anything. It's all held together in one piece. So I just have to clean up the glass, which is super nice. But anyway, learned my lesson. No keeping glass jars on the counter anymore, Mike. Just can't believe it, dude. That's just crazy. You know, you see a fucking truck that's like locked up, smoke. Like it took literally 5 minutes just for the rubber smell from that truck's tires to evacuate the RV. Like, because, you know, all that stuff comes up, and I'm not airtight like I would like to be. So it was just like, you know, you smell burning rubber for the next 5 minutes. Holy fuck. Yeah. Anyway, well, On the way south, heading to see my buddy from high school, Steve Gongaware, good guy. Might end up doing some bowling at the Bowlerama that he manages, but at the very least, he's giving me a place to park for the night, which is great. Big parking lots are awesome, especially ones that are, you know, privately owned, and you don't have to worry about, you know, cops or anything, or not that I'm really worried about cops, but you know, you don't have to worry about a random knock. You don't have to worry about snoopy people. You know, it's just better. But yeah, that's all I got right now. It's a nice, beautiful day. The wind is blowing like hell again, but at least it's not raining. That rain yesterday was atrocious. It was a shitstorm. Honestly, there were some times where you could barely see where you were going. And if it weren't for the other cars and you're following and stuff, it's just like, it's crazy. And it's hard in the RV because my windshield wipers suck. So, and even still, it's raining so fucking hard that it barely mattered. That even if the windshield wipers were working, it would have barely mattered. I mean, they work, but if they work perfectly. So, anyway, we're just driving on down the road in the New Jersey Turnpike, going down Old Virginia Way, and, well, I'll update you when I get there. Catch you later, gang. Tiger Mike out.